recording on that.
Oh, you just hit record?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be in it.
Oh, no?
All right.
Oh, now you're mad at me about
Yeah,
recording?
no,
What up? What up, homies?
What up, homies?
It's us. It's us again.
It is.
Here with another podcast.
Yep.
And I've got some more news for you guys.
More news?
More news.
You mean we're not out of news?
So, okay. Let me know. Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
did anybody hear it was the first part of this story broke maybe like half a year ago, a year maybe. I don't know how long it's been,
Okay.
but of the Nissan chairman, Carlos Ghosn. I think I'm saying the name right. Did you hear about that on Reddit?
No.
About him being like arrested and stuff in Japan?
No. I will say the only news that I consume is from Reddit.
Okay. So
But no, I did not see that.
okay. So and let me know if it ends up sounding familiar or anything like that. But I'm hoping that you guys haven't heard about it so I can get your just actual reactions.
For sure.
Because this is wild. So Carlos Ghosn is the chairman, the top guy at Nissan, or like one of the top guys, and he was arrested in Japan for they said that he was underreporting how much money he was making annually, like for 4 years.
Okay.
And they said that he was using the company as his quote own piggy bank. And so they arrested him for money stuff. Now, the justice system in Japan apparently is pretty sketch.
Okay.
Like, for instance, they held him for 3 weeks without like formally charging him for anything. They have a 99.9% conviction rate in Japan. So basically, if you get arrested by Japanese authorities, you're going to get convicted for the crime that they arrested you for, which is so fucked up. I feel
Wow.
like. Not saying that this guy didn't do that stuff, because I don't know. He did say when he got arrested that the Japanese government and Nissan were working together to like bring him down. So that sounds kind of sketchy, because I doubt that would happen. But it's the crazy world. Who knows?
That's what's weird is like we doubt that would happen because we don't believe it would happen here.
Yeah, true.
And we just like us as people, you assume that most people are like you, but
Yeah.
really we all have very different opinions, even if we're very close together.
True.
So
Other countries operate like totally different worlds to us sometimes.
Yeah. So like that could be a very real thing.
Could be.
And it's just hard for us to even conceptualize that.
Yeah, that's point taken.
But-
That's a good point.
Either way, doubt it.
Yeah.
But still, like,
It's
fuck.
so he gets arrested, and I'm just going through my notes here, making sure I get all of these facts correct. He was given really strict bail conditions during this process before the actual trial happened, and he was ordered that he couldn't leave the country. Now, in that time where he was just stuck in Japan, like under prosecution for all this stuff, Nissan fired him from being the chairperson all by himself. He, out of nowhere, shows up in Lebanon and says like, "Oh, hey, I escaped injustice from Japan," and everyone's like, "How the fuck did this guy leave Japan and get into Lebanon without anybody catching him?" And so, real quick, I'm gonna show you.
Wait, how long ago was this?
Huh?
How long ago was this?
This was like last year at some point.
Does this have to do with somebody like hiking or in the mountains or anything?
No. Mm-mm.
I swear there's something like, fuck it. Never mind.
It maybe, but not that particular thing. So it's so funny because the news headline or the news article that came out during this time says Carlos Ghosn, who was under house arrest charged with financial misconduct, fled the country and arrived in the Middle East by private jet. Ghosn said he traveled to Lebanon to avoid injustice and political persecution. The ex-car manufacturing boss's wife is alleged to have helped plan the escape, which was carried out by a paramilitary-style group, according to the Lebanese news channel. The channel says that members disguised themselves as a music band who were due to perform at a dinner at Ghosn's home in Japan. Ghosn is then said to have left the premises in the premises in a box intended for transporting musical instruments before leaving Japan from a nearby airport. So the story that came out was that this guy got into a fucking music case and somehow got through customs and shit there and like flew to Lebanon.
Have you guys ever seen the Goofy movie?
Himself.
What'd you say, Chris?
Have you guys ever seen the Goofy movie?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh
do they do that?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm gonna send you real quick what this guy looks like, so that you can just put a picture or a face to this guy who fucking crammed himself into a music case.
It's like the whole like the person hiding under the tablecloth.
Like, just imagine that man. Like being like, okay, is this the giant cello case that I have to cram myself into now?
I just imagine somebody opens that case and that's the fucking face. like
sweaty.
Seriously? Like you're gonna fucking do this right now?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. But like all of that was like that. Wow. Those were the reports. Nothing like that had been confirmed at the time. This morning, 2 men were arrested in Boston.
This morning?
This morning. Michael and Peter Taylor. So Michael Taylor is former Special Forces.
Okay. And
Peter Taylor is his son. They were arrested for helping execute the escape. So,
wow.
Yeah. So this is a segment from today's news.
Wow.
It says Michael Taylor has participated in daring extractions before. The New York Times hired Taylor after the reporter David Rode was captured by the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2008. The paper said in 1999, Taylor was hired by North Carolina family member to return their daughter who had been stuck in Syria with her 3 children after fleeing an abusive husband, according to the court documents. A security firm that Taylor ran out of Boston, called the American International Security Corporation, claimed to have conducted vulnerability assessments for dozens of major international airports. And that's something that blew my mind too, is out of Boston, there's this ex-military forces, special forces guy who runs a business that is just extracting people from different countries.
Wow.
And of course, all the stuff that he did before was legal because it's like, reporters stuck over there in like third world countries and war zones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this guy, Carlos Gozin, his wife apparently hired these guys and was like, hey, somehow get my husband out of Japan before he gets like put in prison there. And they developed the plan to fake themselves as musicians going there to perform a concert for him at his house, and then just brought in all the luggage. His firm had already done research on all of these different international airports and knew that if you've got a musical equipment case that's too big to fit through the x-ray machine, they're probably not going to scan it. They're probably not going to run it through x-rays or check it.
Yeah. And
they didn't. They fucking crammed this guy in this case, went through the airport to a private jet, and they were just like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then like let him go on there. And it's just,
holy shit.
Isn't it it's the most movie mind-blowing shit ever, but that actually happened. And today, with the arrest of these 2 guys, it was all confirmed that that's indeed what went down, like in Japan. Isn't that crazy? Wow. That motherfucker right there.
So, yeah, that's straight movie shit. Like, you picture like a slow-mo sequence of those motherfuckers with like wigs on and shit.
Yeah.
Like rocker dudes like walking in slow-mo, like looking at each other and shit before they go into the...
Yeah.
What the fuck? And they can get arrested for that?
Well, apparently, I don't know if it's like our relations with Japan but like he was legally like ordered to stay there.
Is that where Interpol gets in?
Oh, that's I don't know.
Or is that strictly
isn't
isn't
Interpol a UK?
Yeah.
Like
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was just like Europe related or if it was like everywhere.
I don't know.
Is Lebanon in Europe?
No, Lebanon's in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like where they meet. I know nothing. I don't claim to be Lebanese.
I just know that it said Middle East on the news article, which I assume was written by people more educated about geography than we are.
Fine.
Fine. I concede.
That's insane.
I know. It's such a fascinating, cool story.
So, I don't know. Did you already say this? I might have missed it. Is that motherfucker free?
He's in Lebanon still, and I think
like they can't touch him in Lebanon.
I think they can't extradite people in Lebanon. I'm not 100% sure though, but yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think the Japanese authorities can like, go there, take him, and come back.
How fucking awesome is that? But the people who helped in America can fucking that sucks.
I know, right? Apparently they're like due to appear in a Boston court like on Wednesday or next Wednesday or something like that.
I hope they get off.
I mean, that's a pretty cool height. That's a pretty cool scheme to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking movies are their real life.
And like I said, like that was a part of the story that I just like couldn't wrap my head around either, is that they like special forces people can straight up make security firms like that where they go and rescue people.
They're private.
From other countries.
Yeah, it's insane.
So interesting. It makes me, and like they gave examples of what this guy has done before, like getting that reporter out, getting that family out of Syria and all that stuff. Like I wonder what crazy ass shit has gone down in the world from these private military like firms.
Can you imagine
what they've done?
Can you imagine like you and I like film weddings and do like video shoots because we have a video production business, and it's like, can you imagine looking at our schedule and be like, oh yeah, next week I have to go get that guy out of Japan. Like that's their business. It's like on their calendar.
Did you forget to pick up the cello case?
Yeah.
Ah shit. Yeah.
It's like, fuck. How fast can we get one of those?
Run to Guitar Center real quick. Cellos are us. Cool.
That's insane.
I know. Fascinating.
This high risk job.
I don't remember like the whole report that he had been smuggled out of a music case. Somehow I caught that story on Reddit I read it when it was going on, and I was like, that's so fucking interesting if that's actually crazy. Happened. And then this morning I was so surprised to see an update about the story. Wow. And being like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Holy shit.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What a cool fucking story.
Fucking Carlos Ghosn, you mad bastard with your obvious villain eyebrows.
Yeah, that dude looks like a fucking villain.
Right.
Talk about movie shit. Like that dude looks like a fucking
he looks like an actor. Like
this is gonna be a movie at some point.
I hope so. That would be fascinating.
Yeah. We're gonna take a hard right turn if we need to, because we're gonna transition, because we have no more news stories to talk about, into more job stuff.
Yeah.
Cole's got some job stories for us.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about the pranks that went down at All Star Sports. Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Sorry, that was really loud.
Amateur.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the pranks that went down at All Star Sports. So, the best thing that I ever did was, and here's the thing, I talked a little bit about this. I was a manager at All Star Sports, and when I got hired there as a manager, I told myself that I was going to be the manager that I always wanted. I was going to make people have fun. I was gonna do it in an efficient way where we can still get our jobs done, so that the work can get done, but people still want to show up to work. And like everybody's friendly, it's cool. If we need to have a hard conversation with somebody, we can, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna want to show up to work. That was my dream. And so I tackled that manager position at a fucking arcade, which is the perfect place to test that out at, pretty seriously. And so I think it was close to Halloween time, and I wanted to have a lot of the staff come to the building after close at night so that we could do a little ghost tour, because there were all sorts of rumors when I got there that All Star Sports is haunted by the ghosts of kids that have died around the area, and they just want to like go to the arcade to have fun after their death and stuff like that. And so I think we brought a Ouija board and everything like that, and everybody showed up, and we were going to go to the laser tag area in the back, turn all the lights off, put a cell phone up like in the middle, and then like ask questions and stuff like that. Actually, I don't think there was a Ouija board present, but we're going to like ask if there's anything here, could you make a noise and all that stuff. Well, beforehand, I had recruited Jared, my brother-in-law, to halfway through be like, all right guys, I'm gonna head out, I've got something for school that I need to work on. And he did that, and what people didn't know is that I had propped open the back laser tag door slightly, so that he could get in later. So he went to my car, put on a jumpsuit and a mask, went around to the back, and the plan was for him to do it not when we were in laser tag, but when we were just in All Star Sports, when we left the laser tag area. Real quick though, something funny that happened in the laser tag area was that we had one phone. Everybody was sitting in the circle, and before we do anything, we're like, all right, if some shit goes down, if there's some real ghost shit that happens, we all need to keep our cool. because there's one light. We're in an area that's like a maze pretty much. Like we just need to chill. And we're asking questions and we ask for something to make a noise. And then all of a sudden we hear this loud ass noise in the corner. Something that I didn't plan and like all that shit. Later on, we found out that was one of our friends chucking like some tokens like in the air, but nobody knew that at the time. And so it makes this loud noise and everyone's like looking at each other like, and I'm just like, all right, guys, calm down. And then it's just somebody just goes, and then grabs the phone and then fucking like stands up and people are like, fuck. And then like just running and like it just, somebody grabbed the phone and it just turns dark. And so like people are like running into pillars and shit, like getting so scared. So that
what happened to the plan?
Exactly. People get scared and they forget the plan. But
that's not just forgetting the plan. That's them being like, okay, fuck these guys.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Like, you guys can die in this fucking ghost maze.
I wonder who it was that took the phone. Who doesn't give a shit about our friend group enough to just bail on their own? Leave a comment. But Chris didn't work at All-Star Sports. But anyways, okay. So we get into the main part of All-Star Sports, and we're towards the entrance, and Jared successfully gets in through the back door. And we're all talking. It's shit spooky. It's quiet. And then he emerges from behind one of the games and then quickly walks to another game. And then like a couple people saw it and they were just like, the fuck was that? And like everyone starts freaking out again because they're like, what'd you say? And everyone starts running to the doors. Now, I have the security footage from that night. That I'm about to send to Chris and have him pull
You've
out.
shown me some security footage before, and I'm curious if it's the same one or if you just have a lot of security footage of weird shit happening.
I think it's the same one, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll give you the context of the video first, and then we'll play it. I'll actually have Chris play the first part, and then Chris, I'll let you know when to pause it.
Okay, yeah, I think you showed me. Without all that story, I think you showed me.
So, all right, Chris, pause it right there. So what we're seeing now is the first initial freak out.
Yeah.
Somebody saw Jared and they were yelling that they saw somebody. So everybody's booking it the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But then half the people are like, wait, are you sure you saw something? So no one's fully leaving yet. Mm-hmm. They're just like, wait, what's going on? And what's funny is after this freak out, you'll see them being like, oh yeah, is there something like what actually is happening here? But then during that, Jared just says, fuck it, comes out of one of the games and starts sprint walking towards them, like fast-paced walking towards them, and then you'll see the freak out.
God.
And then we'll back it up and then watch some more stuff. But go ahead, Chris. So now everybody's like, okay, wait, no, seriously, was there something going on? And then Jared starts walking. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So now, Chris, back it up a little bit right before that last freak out.
Was that you that whoever ran into?
No.
Okay.
So a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. So this blonde girl, Nikki, that's about to just eat shit in that sign in the middle. She is behind this one dude over here, and he sees Jared walking really quickly. He says, fuck it, I don't know if anybody's behind me, but I'm gonna run the fuck out of here. He shoulders her so hard that she runs into the sign, trips, and then face first runs her face into the beam of the windows on the right side of the screen. And the next week her face was just bruised and shit because she ate shit so hard. So let's just pay attention to the blonde girl that runs into the sign and watch her just eat shit. Boom. Just face straight into it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's so funny. She was fine, so it's funny.
It was so funny.
But everybody was good sports about it. I was super worried at first, but everybody was good sports and it was fun and shit.
Damn,
like that. So
that's amazing.
Something we talk about forever. But
fuck that.
But something that I do want to bring up about this clip in particular, and that's all the clip that we need. In the video, you can hear somebody laughing because I'm recording it from my cell phone. And that person that's laughing is the general manager of All Star Sports, like the head person there. And she's totally cool with it. She was like, "That's so funny!" Like, oh my gosh, she's like laughing, and she's like, "Oh, it's crazy! I can't believe they got so scared."
Wow.
Fast forward to a couple months later, and I decide that it would be a good team building thing to have everybody come back to the building after close and to have a all-star baseball game with everybody where we'd take an inflatable ball, with like, I think we were using part of a vacuum cleaner nozzle or something like that. And we'd hit it. Of course, it's an inflatable ball, so it's not going to do any damage. And then there was like one place that you'd run to. You can either stay there, but then you'd have to run back eventually to score. And everybody had a blast. It was a good time. There was literally that's awful that happened under my watch, but like nobody got hurt. It was actually a really wholesome moment for this All-Star Baseball Night thing. I show up to work the next day, and the same woman who was laughing at that girl eating shit gave me the worst like reprimand. Like she was just like so pissed. She was like, "I don't know why you think it's okay to bring people after work and do that." She's like, "It's so unprofessional." And then somebody said that you guys were drinking, which nobody was drinking. But like that was just something to throw in. But yeah, anyways, it's just a vent.
It's surprising that they would fucking like
be okay with that.
Because like when you first were telling me about this, I'm like, I'm surprised he was allowed to do that.
No, this is my call totally. But nobody approved that.
But on top of that, if somebody is laughing, like your point's valid. Like they're obviously like, that's great.
Never heard about it after that.
And then like surprisingly out of nowhere, they're like, they did not even like, I know you did this before. When we didn't say anything, bad. You just shouldn't do it going forward, kind of thing. Like
all those All-Star viewers will know exactly what I'm talking about. All-Star Baseball Night and how hypocritical that shit is.
Damn.
But it was a good time. Everybody had a blast, and that was the goal.
Fuck yeah.
It's just I just don't understand people that think, oh, you're having fun at work, you must not be working.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of mentality.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like you can still have fun and get the job done.
Yeah.
If anything, it's going to make people want to show up to work more, which is good.
Yeah. I've never understood, like, every manager I've ever come across that, like, rules by fear.
Yeah.
Never succeeds.
Chris and I have had a few of those at the zoo before. We totally understand that.
Like, it was so stupid working at the cell phone store, fucking, like, over years. Like, I was one of the people in Wichita that worked at the same place for, like, the longest, so I'd see so many managers come and go. Mm-hmm. And what would happen was, like, they'd try to rule by fear, by threatening. They would legit just every day threaten to fire you. Every single day. Because when, as a person at those stores, like, you have quotas. Like, nobody's giving you a good suggestion for any actual reason that's good. Like, maybe something small, but, like, most of the time, new iPhones and Samsungs come out or whatever. These motherfuckers, like, there's like a Samsung thing that these people get paid on commission more for, or not Samsung, but like LG or something, like whatever one of the other people are. So they'll just try to sell you that because it gives them more money, even though it's a shittier phone. Because they're like, oh, this gives me $3 extra on my paycheck. It's like,
you don't have to take your job that seriously.
Stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like okay, but somebody's gonna return this phone and you're just gonna get shit talked. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
Anyway, people, because of that. And a lot of it's because of the managers who rule by fear and threatening. So it encourages everybody to be like, well, I don't want to be fired, so I'm just going to do what my manager says. Well,
they're going to hate their fucking job every day when they show up to it.
Those people always got fired eventually. And then the person that replaced them would just do the exact same thing, even though they had worked with that person for 2 years or more, like saw what exactly went wrong. They would just basically get in that spot, be power hungry, and be like, day one, be like, so, why are you on my clock?
What a dumb cycle.
Like, it's just the dumbest fucking thing. It's like, why are you still clocked in on my clock? I'm not paying you to be here. It's like, first of all, this is a corporate fucking business. You can eat dicks. Like, fuck you.
That's a really good point that you just brought up, though, is that I feel like people that get in those manager positions, no matter how dumb the business itself is, the zoo, All-Star Sports, like that kind of stuff. Not saying those businesses are dumb, but like, you shouldn't make your whole life about it if you're a manager of like, security or guest services or All-Star Sports. Like people get power hungry and then they just lose their minds from it.
It's insane.
I don't understand. It's a weird like human error that happens.
It's so fucking stupid. So at the cell phone store, fucking
which one?
The most important metric you have is new lines. So, I used to talk to my wife about this. Every month you have to sell a minimum of a certain amount of new customers, which means they have to come from they have to make a new phone number and come from a different carrier or not from a carrier at all and actually start a new line of service with the company. So let's say each person has to do like 30 of those. You got 8 people working there or like 5 salespeople times 30. They each have that. The store has to make like hundreds of these sometimes. And when it gets to like October through December, it's triple that.
Jesus.
And it's like a lot of the times it's like unreachable. Now, lately, it's been a little bit better because, the companies are battling out their prices. So people are just, like, churning over from different companies all the time. But, I don't remember why I was talking about this. What would suck is, you'd have these people. Oh, I remember where I was going. Anyway, sorry.
Cut it out.
Basically, the most important thing is new lines, and every single person knows that. You don't have to, like, there's no good in being a manager every day being like, you gonna get your new lines today? It's like, if I fucking don't, I already know it's disappointing. What the fuck does you telling me this every single day do for me other than make me fucking hate you and make me not want to come to work?
Right, exactly.
Which then makes me less motivated because I know I'm just working with an idiot.
Yeah. If I get treated like shit like that, I'm going to be looking for another job sometime,
So people deal with that every day. Like, it's just sitting there. They're just waiting for this idiot in this stupid little manager position to tell them how many new lines you're going to get me today. Like, bitch, shut up. It's my paycheck too. I understand.
What is it about people that, like, they would prefer to feel? I guess they would prefer to feel powerful and hated, rather than liked. I don't know. It's ego thing. I don't fucking know.
It's just funny because without fail, those same salespeople who did you used to have to do good, and they still say you have to do, like, good to be promoted. But, like, by the time I left, it was to the point where, like literally they would just promote the person that just wouldn't object to anything. Like somebody would have awesome sales,
the most loyal,
but yeah, they would basically just promote the biggest puppet.
Jesus.
So it's like, and right when I left, or right after, somebody kept me in on it, and I said somebody. It was Kevin. I can't remember, but this used to happen all the time too. Is like somebody would get promoted to, like, assistant manager or something, right? And they were a salesperson, and literally, like, within the last week, they would be, having awful numbers, just talking shit on all the managers, like, oh, this fucking dude, all he ever does is do this shit, fuck whatever. Day one, motherfucker comes back promoted, walks up to the first person he sees after clocking in, is like, so how many new lines you gonna give me today?
Oh my God.
It's like a switch flips.
Oh my God.
And I'm not even making that up or exaggerating. It's literally,
I believe it.
Like, that person feels so good about being promoted that they're like, this is the only way to do it. It's like, bitch, did that work for you? No.
Yikes.
Like, just another thing you want to worry about, fucking people looking through your photos at stores? No, we're also worried about the idiots. That's all. We
don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah. And don't take shit from people that are assholes too.
Yeah. Like Chris.
Yeah. Microphone adjustment. I don't know. Putting words together. All right, guys. That is all the time we have today.
Yeah.
So, shout out pepper jack cheese. Surprisingly good. A little spicy.
Put your favorite cheese in the comments.
That's how we'll know.
I like a smoked Gouda.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you like, Chris?
I'm with you on that one.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't had enough Gouda in my days.
You haven't.
All right. We really got to go.
All right. Goodbye.